Brian McTaggart is our Astros insider, and he joins us to talk about this particular topic. Brian, good morning. How does the loss of Framber Valdez change their rotation outlook, and what, in fact, is his specific outlook for a return?
Well, yeah, this could be a pretty devastating injury for the Astros. If he's out for an extended period of time, it looks like he has a fractured left ring finger. He's a left-hander, so that's an issue. It was suffered in the his first Grapefruit League game the other day when he tried to put his hand in the glove as the ball hit it there. So they're still waiting on a second opinion right now for Framber, but he was probably their best starter last year. It came out of nowhere. He was a guy who had great stuff but struggled with his control, and last year put everything together. And then, like you said, the great postseason run. He threw more innings last year in the major leagues than anybody, regular season, postseason combined. So you take him out of the rotation, and, yeah, there's a great reason for concern now because they already were a little bit thin in the rotation. I mean, they had a good 1 through 5 with Greinke, McCullers, Valdez, or Urquidy, and Christian Javier. But now you're taking one of those guys out, and the depth is going to be tested at that point. You're looking at Luis Garcia, Brandon Bielak, is Forrest Whitley finally ready, but still waiting. The Astros are probably holding their breath right now that this is not going to be a serious injury, but it certainly looks like they could be without Valdez for an extended period of time, which would be a big issue.
Yeah, it was one thing to talk about the 2021 Astros in life without George Springer. Now you're talking about Springer and then losing one of their key members of their rotation. Let's talk about Springer, though. That's opened up an opportunity for somebody. The guess is Miles Straw. I mean, who's going to play center field and who else might be considered?
Well, that's probably one of their biggest issues they're going to have at campus. Who's going to replace George Springer? I mean, that's big shoes to fill, but it looks like it is Miles Straw's role to lose right now. And, let's be straight here. He's not George Springer. He's not going to hit 40 home runs. He's not going to drive in 120. He's a guy that has tons of speed. He's a guy who gets on base and can create havoc when he gets on base, but he's going to have to get on base. And we've seen in the minor leagues, he had a season where he stole 70 bases, had a on-base percentage of close to 400. So if he can just get on base at a 350 clip, he has enough speed to where he can really make things happen. And he also has a chance to be a really, really good defensive center fielder. But I think that's going to be what spring is all about. And so far, Miles Straw is off to a pretty good start, 4 for 6 so far, driving the ball a little bit. So they feel good about him. Michael Brantley will be in left, Kyle Tucker in right. So the outfield isn't bad.
So where are the Astros at, Brian? I mean, they've got a mixed bag. If you have Brantley playing left field, he's 33, and then you got the young guys coming along, and you have some guys that are going to be free agents. Where are they in their development?
I think their window is still open, but it's probably closing a little bit. They still have the entire infield that was the infield that won the World Series in 2017. Still very much intact. But beyond that, the only player from their 2017 championship club is Lance McCullers Jr. Verlander's out for the year. Wow. But they still have a club, I think, that should win the division. If you look at the additions they made to the bullpen this year, they still have a very deep lineup. People forget Yordan Alvarez, the 2019 Rookie of the Year, who was unbelievable a couple of years ago. He missed all of last year pretty much. He's back. So that's going to be a big boost for them. Joe Smith is back in the bullpen. He opted out last year, so the Framber Valdez injury really creates a problem. But if they're healthy, I think they're definitely the team to beat in the AL West. Can they make a run in the AL? I think they got a shot. It's going to be tough, but they're certainly not what they were a couple of years ago, but they're still very, very good.
You talk about the infield and the strength of the team. I think we'd all agree the left side of the infield with Carlos Correa, who had a brilliant resurgent 2020 campaign, and with Alex Bregman, who's yet to make his spring debut. He's got the sore hamstring. We understand it's a kind of a bigger version of Alex Bregman. I haven't seen any video of his offseason workouts. You've probably spoken to him. Give us a status, a health check of him, and is he that much bigger as people are saying?
Yeah, he looks really good. I mean, he said he gained 27 pounds, which I told him when he told me that a few days ago. I thought I did as well in the offseason, but I think his are probably in better places than mine. But, I said, why do you gain 27 pounds? And he said he needed to be stronger through the ball. He just thought that towards the end of last year that he was getting a little bit weak. And so He's not out of shape at all. I mean, it looks like he's in tremendous shape. And so he's dealing with a little bit of a hamstring strain. He had a little bit of problem with the hamstring last year. So they're taking it really, really slowly with him. If this was the regular season, he would be playing. But I certainly expect Alex Bregman to have a big-time bounce-back season, close to what he did a couple years ago when he almost won the MVP. But it's going to be interesting to see him on the field 27 pounds heavier.
Are they going to extend a contract offer to Correa?
You know, Correa wants to be an Astro for life, but he said that he wants the offer to come before the start of the regular season. So I think they will. I think they should. He's going to be a free agent at 27 years old. They have all these shortstops on the market next year. And, you know, he's another guy who's poised for a bounce-back year. He had a sub-regular season last year, but in the postseason, he was tremendous. So he's one of the best defenders in the game. He's grown into a leader. So I think they should, and I think they will.
Man, he looks broader, too.
Yeah,
I mean, we're not talking about bulky. He just looks stronger and better. I mean, he looks like he's grown man body guy now. Hey, Brian, we appreciate the visit. Thanks for the time. I know you're heading to camp soon, so thanks for making some time with us.